to this map. And, well, exceL, it's a good sign for them, though. They show they have fragging power, and let's see if they can make the difference and nuke their own map pick. And let's see how prepared Team Infused actually is for it.
Yeah, the thing about nuke as a map pick, you don't usually see teams picking it unless they're 100% confident that they can, have a good game plan into this one. So you can imagine that exceL have been practicing this. The core of the team is still left over from the Elite Series, so these guys, I imagine that they've got some rehearsal. They've got some sort of game plan going into this one. You don't just pick nuke for the willy-nilly of it. So I have a feeling that there's probably going to be a little bit more in this match than we're really expecting. Of course, knife round has gone to the favour of exceL. They will stay on the CET side to kick things off. So nuke has been ready and set and go.
That's going to be interesting because nuke, I feel like nuke, you have the clear side favor on the CT side. If it's really going to be CT sided, I mean, whoever, like, when you have the side choice, you should normally get a fairly good lead, but I guess there are always some teams who are actually going to perform really well on the T side, doesn't matter which map it is, even on nuke. So let's see how this is going to turn out. Teams are readying up. Team Infused is ready. And it's going to be exciting. Let's see what they bring up here. It's going to be exciting because nuke is such a different map and what they're going to start with the pistol round. And the worst for us actually is, the worst first cast is to actually pinpoint where the players are, because A and B are basically overlapping. So,
do you know what? I'd be a lot more frustrated if I was observing, but I'm not. I'm just leaving it all on the director.
I mean, nuke is one of the hardest maps to observe, so
let's not do that.
Yeah, it's good that we have the auto director here to help us out. But even that, if you look at the map and you think like, wow, a backstep could come in, and then you're, oh wait a minute, actually at A and not at B. Wow, damn. So that's gonna be the tricky part about it. But let's see how this is gonna turn out. exceL against Team Infused, starting up first round. Let's see how they're gonna buy into it. Boaster doesn't have Kevlar yet. He might go for this diffuse kit. Kind of surprised that he will be the man going for the diffuse kit after he was performing so well on map 1, but maybe they're like, okay, he was so good, he doesn't even need Kevlar because he's gonna one-shot them anyways. Team Infused, they're gonna have
that sounds like a UK attitude, I should add, by the way. As you said, one kit on Boaster with the smoke and the single set of utility for one player here. Zed will be the entry fragger here, taking down Jacob and pushing on through alongside Fry. Bomb going to make his way in towards the ramp room, challenging it on towards Weber, and Zed will get that pick. P2K in his hands, and Fry making his way in towards the ramp will shut down Boaster just like that. We're in a 4 versus 2. The defuse kit has been dropped, and the bomb will make his way in towards the B side. Luz are going to get caught off guard. Dancy's tapping him down, does get himself back away. Good grenade, tags up HP, but Luzza will eventually end up falling. All on Windansky now. Last man, 1 versus 4 situation in ramp room. But he's got 4 T-side players to deal with. I don't think it's going to happen today. I think it will be the first round on the board for Team Infused. Well, I'll take one shed shot. Dancy on low HP anyway. But yeah, getting tagged down and taken out of the action. Yeah, 1-0 for Infused.
That's the start they need if they want to take this 2-0. Especially on the T side, it's so important to win this first round to still get a decent scoreline on the T side. In this first half, the CTs have the chance to run away with it completely if they just play it well and snowball it through. This is gonna deny it, at least for the start here, for those first 3 rounds. Unless, who knows, maybe they're gonna lose to this force buy. Could potentially happen. Wouldn't be the first time here, especially with those EZs being so great. Also a lot of deagles coming through, which really can be effective towards ramp or outside. So Team Infused definitely need to make sure winning this round. Need to refrag, not giving away any free frags. They're having this player on outside just checking for a push to come out. Overall, players are really split up. Still could rotate over if they spot a push, but wow, this is what I'm talking about. Just getting this free frag on Weber. Might even be able to take the AK away and using it in their advantage. Fred is there. He wants to refrag, but Lazar being close by could maybe just get another free frag. No, it's actually Boaster who's pushing out of secret. And now they're gonna take 2 guns. Or at least this 1 AK. The other gun is dropped on Catwalk. But this is a good sign. Look at Weber. Wow.
Oh my god, these Deagles and CZ showing up hugely. Particularly for Weber and Boaster taking 2 picks. AK still can be picked up by the CT side eventually. Nathan will get his way on through and try and see if he can get it out of the way. Cray, AK also recovered. Bomb will go down, but Lazar will just slowly peek in. Eventually get caught off guard by the likes of Bayfam. But backstab coming in from Wendansky. Should be able to shut him out in towards the hut area. All on Cray now. Last man, 1 versus 3. And Deagles galore. Triple kill for Weber. Single for Wendansky and 1 for Boaster as well. And those CZs, those Deagles, the pistols of choice for most pros nowadays in the new meta. And no different for the exceL side. Like even the scoreline at 1-1.
And then actually was this scenario where Team Infused just gave up this first kill and basically no answer, and then they wanted to answer way later into the round. And the problem was that there were players pushing out in secret as well, catch another player off guard, and from there it was breaking apart. Yes, Infused got onto the bomb site, but Weber was up in heaven, took another frag, and if this was a 4 versus 2, Infused got the bomb plan at least. They're gonna go for a force buy here. Some of the players having a decent amount of money, enough to go for a UMP and an AK, the rest on pistols. But exceL definitely finding a foot into this map fairly fast. Having 3 AKs secured as well. They should actually bring this to 2-1. But who knows? I mean, they're just 1 and force by Team Infused. They can do so as well.
Yeah, force out and standard for this T side. Getting picked back against by the exceL side, so they bring the AK and the UMP out on Fry, on Dancy. Dancy in particular looking for money in the bank to think about an AWP later on down the line, but Lazar will be the man to open things up, taking down Cray through the catwalk. 1 pistol down, a CZ out of play here for Infused as they do take control of the outside area. Fry and Zed looking in towards secret. Fry in particular looking for this frag, looking for this 1 man who's holding out right here, and that is Lazar. Back behind blue box. Eventually won't get spotted, but now they have to deal with Boaster next, who's got an AK of his own. Recover from that last round. Will try spray on towards Dancy, but Dancy takes him right out of the action, and Fry does catch Lazar off the 16 HP. Flashing his way back in, trying to rotate into a new position, because now they know that Secret is in control of the T side. Bayfam is here. Tries to see if he can catch off Gakum, and yes, lands the 1 dig on towards him. May even looking towards the A site for another onto Wendansky. He's got a deagle, so going down isn't really too much of an issue. 3 versus 3 situation, and it favors Infused by a little bit. Their health advantage just tipping in the favor with Dancy on 46 and 16 on Lazar. 30 seconds, bomb still not yet to go down, but all the T's will stack their way into the same position. They can take down Wendansky. They get themselves a huge advantage. Molotov down. Dancy catches him off guard, and they make their way into the B bomb site. Dancy in from Squeaky Door down onto B1, putting it the bomb planted. And up to Lazar and Weber. A 2 versus 3 retake. Weber already spotted. The T's know where he is. This should be a second round on the board for Infused, but they will still peak. 2 rifles recovered for the T side. And Weber and Lazar looking in for any sort of advantage that they can. They're running out of time as well. Only 1 defuse kit here for Weber. Starts to move. Flashbanging his way in as Boaster does get... Sorry, Lazar does get the first man. Weber does get traded out, but Lazar now very low on HP. Will get traded out by Fry, who gets himself a double kill to lock out the defensive. And a 2-for-1 scoreline favor Infused.
Yeah, 2-1. They're gonna take the lead back. Seems to be in a back and forth so far, but this time exceL, they will have a really bad force by while Infused is gonna have all those AKs on every of the players and all of the utility they need. Only Bay without any utility at all. exceL, they're gonna have Boaster on Kevlar, the rest not even on Kevlar, so they're kinda already forfeiting this round and then go for another eco round, maybe dropping some pistols to have a full buy in the round afterwards. So unlikely that they will win this round. Even if you might expect Gay force buy with all players in Kevlar and pistols, that could work out. In this case, it's really looking like they forfeited the round already. Team Infused should take it and extend the lead and get an early lead on the T set, which they really need here. Find into this game to have a chance to close it out 2-0. Okay, here almost catching the frag on Wendansky. A Team Infused need to take care of, but something like this, and that is gonna get the frag. Really important for them to make sure that they will secure the round.
And just making sure that these trades don't go to the favour of these pistols. Team Infused have already suffered to the hands of the 1D so far. It's still 5-on-4. Loza and Weber with the main two big hand cannons. Boaster, of course, with that CZ in play. Flashbang as well, but no armor on any of the players except for Boaster, who will get dealt with effective immediately by the AKs. Their fragging power of these guns just too much for the CTs to handle, as Weber and Loza are the last two to fall. Payphone will get himself out. The bomb will get planted for a little bit extra money in the hands of the planter, and 3-1 will be the scoreline. Favour to Infused. exceL still not able to get enough money together for a buy up here, so they will go for more than likely here a eco or a half buy. More likely the eco than anything else, but definitely not a fully fledged force and definitely not a fully fledged buy. CZ P250 Deagle, yeah, as I expected. Only one smoke for Jacob, no armor. Should be a 4-1 to favour Infused.
Yeah, should be the 4-1, and if they stay alive with all of the players in this round as well, they're gonna have so much money, which gives them the chance to even reset the money of exceL. Even if this is a CT-sided map, Team Infused have a good chance to run away with that. And this time they're actually gonna smoke off outside, but there's a gap. Well, not really a gap, it's more like a whole smoke missing, and that's gonna give Windansky the kill on Dancy. Bomb actually rotating back right now, but Windansky might find another one because the smoke is fading, almost hitting the headshot. That would have been scary for Team Infused, and I already have a kill disadvantage in this round. But they have all the utility, they have the AK, so they still should win it. Would have looked different if Windansky would have connected that shot.
Infused playing timid now. Confidently taking control of outside and secret, but now just like that, they suffered 1-1 Now looking for an opportunity to frag it right back as they seem a lot more timid than before. They're getting flashbacks towards that second round. 40 seconds left on the clock. And eventually, Mazda will get traded back by the likes of Cray as Infused make their way into A main and start to make their way into the A bomb site. No man really here that can retake. They got Windansky down at hell, but he's got to make his way back up towards heaven. Vents have been popped, and the T's knowing this now. Bayford will set up, trying to get control of lobby. The CT should be locked out here. You expect exceL to probably be looking for exits. Try and take out the Infused side as they make their way away from the A bomb site. Bomb down. No real retake coming on through. This should be a 4th round for Infused, as we were talking about. I think the main question now is how many exits will exceL get? If they can get themselves 2 more, then that'll be great. They leave 3 players to rebuy here, but no, Infused are going to make their way back in towards T-spawn, so they'll get away a scot-free. Fry looking out for an exit. Spots Boast across him, but unable to get that kill. Dancing with a quick pause here. I imagine this will be technical in nature, as I don't really see a whole lot of the use of a tactical pause at the moment. Yeah, 4-1. exceL do get an AK out of the equation, but yeah, technical pause here for the T side.
Yeah, technical pause. 1-4, Team Infused. They're actually gonna have a lot of money in this run. Just need to rebuy some utility. Only Dancy who needs to reinvest, and that is really giving them the chance to run away with this. It would be so incredible if Team Infused starts off with such a great T side. Just imagining exceL. They could potentially even lose this round, but even if they win this round and then Team Infused follows up with another round, then money could get reset, and Team Infused in this case, they actually could buy for 2 more rounds if they would lose this one and the other one as well. So they actually have a great head start. And we saw what can happen with a great head start last time in Cobblestone. The difference here is that a nuke, it's way harder to actually get such a head start on the T side. And if exceL really gives away a lot of rounds to them, let's say like 7-8 rounds, it's really, really hard for them to do the same as Infused did. It's not that easy as in Cobblestone, where you even would consider it a slightly T-sided map. So that's actually really, really sick to see how Infused finds such a great start into this. And exceL, I mean, it is a technical pause, but it definitely is also helping them to really focus onto this round. Being set up on what I actually want to do, being ready They need to take it. If not, Team Infused really is gonna run away with this and potentially will take like 9 rounds on the T side, and that would be such a bad scenario for exceL, as they already lost map 1 in such a close scoreline.
Yeah, that's T side is getting dangerous. exceL can need to get control of the situation quick. Had a bit of a lull in action to try and figure this out, to try and decide where they want to go with it. AWP, of course, out for Luzza. For exceL's side, they buy down in that one AK that Boaster was able to get in the exit frag in the round before. 3 M4s over than that to back up the setup for the T side as Infused go once again into outside control. Luzza no deagle to pick some heads off. When Dansky's holding a little bit closer than usual, though, the AWP of Luzza is, of course, watching back, and he's got a very good angle here towards outside of the right-hand side of the red box. exeL trying to lead the charge. He's going to get spotted. Luzza's going to take him out. Looking for Dansky as well. Isn't quite able to lock it out as the T's make their way into the A bomb site. Zed lines up, and when Dansky able to take him out, Bayfam with a quick trade back to a 3 versus 4. But look at Jacob. He's still fragging, and he's still taking picks back alongside the rest of the CT side. Boaster spotted Bayfam. He's shot him down, and exeL will be able to lock out a second round on the CT side.
So important to really get this round, but like I said, Team Infused, they still will have enough money to buy up into this round, potentially even in the round afterwards. But exeL actually kept some more players alive. So with this, they also won't look too bad. Gonna have everything they need to really follow up onto this one. Picked up an AK as well, 3 and 4s, 1 up. That's gonna what they can use here. And let's see if they're gonna find another early pick, because that really set up the round, made it way easier to secure. As soon as you find this pick on the CT side, you're almost through it already, because it's so hard as a T, where you need to push onto the B side or the A side, while pushing to like, a door where you can't really push in together. Well, you also can position yourself towards Heaven or towards Toxic and B, for example, or in the window room. You have so many positions you gotta check on the T side. So if you get a CT side pick, might win the round fairly easily already. But in this case, it's actually Team Infused getting the first track, as Babe is gonna hit a spray down through the smoke and finishing off Weber with a headshot.
5 on 4, all thanks to Bayfam's good shot through that smoke. Still got a minute still left to play with here for Infused, so there is time on the T side board. 5 AKs. Up against the AWP and 3 other rifles, one of which is an AK on Boaster. Outside controls together by the T side. exeL is going to sneak his way around, and he could be able to make big work against the likes of Luzza and Boaster, especially if he gets in towards Hell, shuts this AWP down. Take a bit long to get the setup on through, so instead he will just make his way in towards A main, and the T's will look for an A site hit once again when Dansky does get Zed as the opening frag, but he gets traded. Jacob and Alonso are dealt with efficiently, and it leaves it up to Boaster, a 1 versus 3 situation. Dansky will plant the bomb, and leaves it up to this lone AK player here for the CT side. exeL already looking at the angle, should spray him down, should win it easily, should get a 5th round for Infused. And Infused, that's a key round to win as well, because not only does it shut down exeL's chances of bringing a good comeback on the CT side, it also puts them in a reset where now they might have to eco again. It's not a good look here for exeL.
Ooh, it definitely isn't. Like I said, that was a round you can't really give up as well. Now Team Infused really has the potential to get like 7, 8 rounds in the T side. And that is an incredible lead to start with. Another, well, it's kind of a quasi-buy coming in, but Luzza, he only will have $1,200. If they lose this round, only gonna get $1,900 onto it. Can't even buy up them for. Boaster's gonna find 1 frag, but Dansky fell earlier. So with this, it's just a 1-for-1 trade, and Team Infused still having the best chances up to take away this round. Zed also gonna spot out Jacob, who was pushing out, and with this, it's looking like Team Infused is really running away with this map. They are definitely prepared for nuke.
exeL losing 2 picks for the 1 that they took away from exeL. A lot of aggression coming in from the CT side, trying to put these small range pistols into effect, but I'm very surprised they didn't go with the Deagle CZ setup that they set up on the force buy around in round 2. So I did some serious work with that, as Weber's going to prove my point by taking out the first man of Bay from shutting down a 3 versus 3. CTs are closing in the gap, actually. They're bracketed in the bomb partner, and Boaster is right here. AK in his hands could make some seriously good work. Takes the first and the second. Great patience. The bomb has been dropped, and exceL, a little bit of good positional play will get them through the night. It's all Fry. 1 versus 3, 20 seconds left. The CTs have this locked down. If he doesn't act quick, he won't act at all. He's out of options here. Not even missing out the flashbang in towards the corner. It's really gone so horribly wrong for Infused now as the pistols lock it out. Fry left to just stay alive or fall. Takes down Boaster, but challenging close range. 73 HP. Lazar with a P250. Taps in out the action. And exceL come up with a huge round for their CT side. 3 of 5. 2 rounds from the T's.
What an incredible round to win for exceL here. And now they actually won't allow Team Infused to run over them. Team Infused still have enough money to buy up, but that must have been a shock. And I feel like they really played this round to save. Really tried to just close it out with patient play. But with this, they forgot about that exceL actually can also take over map control. And Boaster was pushing in from behind, playing it so smart. Not putting the trigger thinger on the mouse yet. Mouse button. Waited long enough. Got those frags. And with this, exceL took the round. Team Infused still on those AKs. Could potentially just reset the money yet again. But if they lose this round, exceL definitely back in the game. And I mean, if they actually start, get rounds on the board, get into their momentum, Team Infused might not even be allowed to take more rounds than those 5, maybe even only a 6th. So it really can be a lot on this round and how exceL is gonna find back into this game if they take it. Let's see if Infused even is gonna allow it to them to actually take it away. Who knows? Right now, they're pushing towards ramp. Bring a lot of players over there. No information, but this pre-fire actually is gonna give away. And there's a player, and with this, Infused is actually rotating back towards A. 38 seconds, so they need to make a move soon, and that most likely is gonna be an A go. But if they rotate towards B, if they rotate through vents, Vera would be ready. Jacob though is gonna take the first and the second. This should be exceL's round.
And 3 versus 2 already. Fry will try and back, but Jacob's going to triple down. 3 kills for him. Lazar with the last clinical, easy locking out from the exceL side to bring an end to that T-side rifle and finally shut down the Infused economy. Took him a while to get there. After 5 rounds of held from Infused, now exceL looking like that they can even up the scoreline, and maybe, as you said, they might be able to be allowed a 6th, but that may be all it is left for Infused here. Their second half might have to be looking towards that already. They're down to basic pistols for this round. Tech 9 on Bayfram. Don't see much of that these days. CZ hype train all the way, but Deagle's out, and they're going to try and see if they can pull one on towards exceL with a similar fashion that they did on their own pistol force. But Lazar will get the opener. Windansky does chime on through. Bayfram on 20 HP, so this should be easy lockout with the bomb dropping towards the CT side of the map. This should just be all over here. Craig can do as much damage as he can here, but it's not going to do a whole lot here. We'll take down 1 player and leave it 4 staying alive for exceL. Easy clean sweep for them. 5-5 is the even scoreline now.
Even out yet again, but Nuke is a CT-sided map, so exceL, of course, want to follow up on this one. Team Infused now back on the buy. Now we can really see if exceL can use the rounds they just won to find back into this game, build up a good economy, and really not allow Team Infused to take another round. But if Team Infused wins this one, it's still going to be fairly even, and then exceL needs to play a really great T-side as well. Anything could happen, but it's a lot based on this round as well now. Team Infused having the bomb, moving around above A and in a radio. Let's see what they can do out of it. exceL not going for an aggressive push. They have this 1 player with Weber on ramp close by. Lazar is holding secret with the AWP. And Windansky also holding the door on A. Have everything covered. Have players close by. Can they get the frags? Push is coming in, and exceL actually should be ready. A lot of Molotovs raining in, and the first kill going to them as well.
Cray chimes right back now, turning it to a 4 versus 4, and Cray's going back and forth on the board. Eventually, it lines up to a 2 versus 1. Cray alone, 2 angles to handle. He's got the bomb on his back, going to try to see if he can plant it, but wherever he plants, he's going to be exposed to one of these 2 CTs. If he peeks in towards Loza, then Loza will shut him down. So a very quick hit coming in from Infused, but he's just unable to make it work again. As we exceL taking the lead now, 6-5 on the board here. The CTs doing well so far, but it was a great start from Infused that will now just start to dissipate.
Yeah, Infused need to go for another eco round. Right now, exeL, 3 deagles, or actually 4 deagles picked up. It's really interesting to see that many deagles on T. He's basically gonna trust in the players to get some kills outside or towards ramp. Because if you push onto the side, you really want to use the exeL to get onto it, and they have only 1 of those. But they're gonna be a lot of players outside, so that might give them a chance. Let's see if Laza can react good enough. Take the first frag, fall back, deny them to get the refrag, and then they should be fine. Oh, missing that shot. Thought it's gonna hit. But that's a good sign, because right now Laza needs to reposition himself, needs to fall back a little. And Team Infused have the chance to take some map control around outside towards A main. But JCam, he's gonna take the kill in Bave, and that's so important.
And the rest of this should just be shut down from the CT side. Not much left here for Infused. They got Zed in lower, but already the Molotov coming out from the Deagle. Fry trying to land the 1 Deagle on Loza. Can't quite get the shot. Eventually finds his head. Taking a lot of damage though. And actually Cray will turn to a 3 versus 3, so they are doing alright. They've got an M4 to play with now, Infused. The bomb is making its way down from Secret into the B site. Weber's trying to watch out for any players that make their way in from here. As Infused could still buy their way back into this round right now. Challenge going out towards the B site. Cray will push on through the... That was quite stupid, I'm not going to lie right there, but Cray will fall. Weber will take down Zed, leaving it all onto Fry. The last man in towards Vents will drop down. Boaster didn't hear him though. Deagle shot, looking for Weber. Second face, isn't going to quite get it. And now looking on towards the site, spots out Weber, trying to get that 1 dig on through. Can still win this fight, but it's still going to be very unlikely because the bomb hasn't been planted for him. So now Weber will just cover when Dansky will sit the defuse. Not much Fry can do from his angle. It will be a 7th round on the board for exeL, taking themselves within 2 now of the Infused side now. But a buy coming in from the T's. Have enough money for the 4 AKs here.
I'm not sure if you saw the same on the screen, because it made me go TV isn't on sync, and that's why I actually laughed. So, yeah, it was pretty stupid by him to just run out like that when the flash was coming out, but he actually, when he got killed, he was on a nade, and his body was just flying really, really high upwards. So I'm not sure if it was the same for both of us on the Go TV, and then might have been when we didn't see it. I'm not sure, but it looked quite funny on my screen. Actually, it's got to pick up the round though, so Team Infused, they actually still have a good chance to answer, but they're allowing exeL to kind of run away with this. A lot of smokes outside, so they're gonna line those up to get in towards Secret easily, but Laza's now with the op, peeking in, ready for the push, but he should be able to follow up, maybe even get the initial kill if he pushes too far. He's gonna get the kill, fall back, actually can stay alive, and Boaster is there using the distraction to take 2 more.
Nice play from Loza and Boaster, 2 very different angles to pick off players. The AWP shot comes through. It's allowed Boaster to pick up the rest of the pieces as all the T's attention is directed into Secret. 2 versus 5 now, favor to exeL. As they look to try and shut down the rest of Infused. Weber spotted out Zed and does take him down, so it leaves it all on the Fryer. 1 versus 5. Definitely not going to make this round work. Could take Windansky, and actually does manage to take Windansky down, but the next phase should be his last, and indeed it is, as Jacob locks out an 8th round for exeL. They take the CT half advantage, and now there was a point where we were doubting if they could do this, but now it looks like they have just done it. Up to Infused to try and bring a decent half. If they can make it 8-7, I still think they can win this, so 2 more rounds to go here in the half, and Infused will buy down. 5 AKs out for everybody, full sets of utility except for Dancy. exeL have the AWP on Loza, 2 AKs on Weber and Boaster, 2 M4s on Jacob and Windansky.
Well, exeL with a really important round to take. They got the early frag and then use the distraction as a brought up. So Boaster can take 2 more. Easy 8-5. And if Laza finds another kill, it actually could be another easy round for exeL. Finding the initial kill can really set up this round already. But they won't. Lazar almost taking on himself, but now having an aggressive position towards CT, having a lot of view towards Secret and A main. It's gonna help him. Just jumping around. Just want to make sure that there's no player towards Garage either. And now going back towards Happen. Who's gonna find the initial pick? It is actually Windansky, but he's gonna get answered.
Buster coming in from the backstab though, as Lazar trying to lock it out. He sprays on towards the first and the second, alongside Jacob for the third. 3 players staying alive for exceL. Nicely held at the A site once again, and Infused just unable to gain control of this A site whenever they try for the push. This T side really has fallen apart since those opening few rounds. They've got one more buyback, of course. It is a force last round of the half, but 5 AKs and very, very limited utility. Infused. Now, outside of those opening 5 rounds, they even really know what to do now. They are forced down by 7 rounds in a row from exceL.
Yeah, and that's what I talked about, the problem you have. And when the CT side gets rolling on Nuke, the CT side is just unstoppable. You don't really have a lot of opportunities to take for the T side, as long as exceL has a good amount of money, can get everything fly into this round. I mean, they don't really need to use a lot of utility themselves to actually hold the angles. And Team Infused, in the meantime, when you just have such a hard time pushing in themselves, took the initial frag yet again, and that is so important because this is really setting them up for a round win already, because it's so hard for Infused to actually get the advantage back into their favor, because you always gonna get refragged as long as exceL has a read on the situation or even falls back and is able to just get either 1-for-1 trade or maybe even is able to stay alive. And there's Boaster just pushing out and playing it so confident as well now. It's making it so hard for Team Infused to have a read on what's actually happening.
Infused didn't cover off outside, so Boaster came in from the back and shuts down another kill. 3 versus 5 CTs in a nice positional advantage. Now Lazar in towards the hut, watching into hell. And does catch off one play, but isn't able to lock out the kill on Fry. Knows he's going to be there, though. He knows he's just round one of these corners. And once he clears out locker room, then he'll know that he's actually in the hell room itself. Jacob, meanwhile, on A-Site, locks out the first. Can't quite get the second on towards Dancy, who does turn on one with a 180 on towards Boaster. 2 versus 2. The bomb can go down on the site. And now it's up to the lone 2 CTs to retake, and this should be a relatively good retake as well. Dancy on 5 HP in particular can go down with ease. So here we go. Flashing. Weber. And Windansky making their way through. And there's Windansky spotting out Dancy on the cross. Knows that he's low. Dancy's just looking for a small headshot if he can find Weber. Just on the right-hand side of the smoke, then this would be good. Windansky now peeks, finally shuts down Dancy and looking for Fry. He's holding back, passive, no utility left. Has to take the aim duel and getting tapped down by Weber. He'll find the kill. It will be a 10th round on the board for exceL to close out the CT half. Slowly get started, but like you said, once they got started, it just didn't stop rolling.
Yeah, and that's what I talked about. And it was so important to take this round when it was 5-5, and from that on, Team Infused just can't find back into it. Not even taking one more round. I would say 5 rounds is still quite good though, because with this, really putting a lot of pressure on exceL, especially if they win the pistol round themselves and get the snowball rolling. But on the other hand, if you lose the pistol round, it's still going to be quite tricky because you can't really allow yourself to do any mistakes. And it is possible. We just saw it from exceL themselves, and as soon as they found into their game on the CT side, they definitely were unstoppable, and it's gonna be as easy for Infused as long as they have such a great setup. But it's still gonna be tricky to deal with it if exceL is gonna pick up the pistol round, and they might do so. They have something prepared already. This is their map pick, obviously. They know what they want to do and how they want to play their T side, and they're just gonna stack up towards the door. Might as well just drop to get towards vents and drop down. Yeah, there's the smoke that most likely will be a vent drop towards B. And that should be a plant already. So they have that secured. And they have Boaster to cover for the rotate.
2 picks on him. Teams down towards the B side. 3-on-5 situation is not looking good for Infused, who are tanked up the straw and thinned out across their entire CT line. Dancy will fall, Zed will fall, Bayfam next up to fall. And Jacob and Windansky locking it out. Great hold from Boaster, particularly in Squeaky, to shut down every single member of the CT side who was there trying to challenge him. 11-5, exceL will take a pistol. And that means bad news for Infused. Have to force buy back into this one look for a rifle round in the next two at 13-5. And after that, well, exceL could be running away with a map point.
Yeah, definitely could. I mean, if Infused can't win the 4th round of the second half, exceL definitely is gonna run away with it. Gonna get on this map point. There's with an early pick. This is so important because we saw how effective those 4 spies can be in the first half. But with this early kill, they're definitely shutting it down already. And it's gonna be only a really low chance for Infused to come back into this round, and that would set them out to go for another eco, and then need to deny the 14-5 to stay in the game. Boaster getting another kill. Lazar almost getting his 2nd of the round. Fred can survive for 5 HP, but it's already telling. This is gonna be a round for exceL. Team Infused after that need to eco. 13-5. Should be the scoreline after the next round. And, well, maybe Infused can save the ZZ and the Deagle with the Kevlar into the next round. As soon as I say that, Babe is actually going down as well.
Zed does get 1 kill, but now 2 other teams will be there to take Boaster's place. Shut him down, make sure that AK cannot fall into the hands of the CT side. So, 12-5, eco up for Infused. exceL, of course, with those 4 AKs, the MAC-10 on Jacob, and a very aggressive buyer coming in with these rifles, buying 3 AKs in that last round. Sorry, 4, no, I think it was actually 4 AKs in that last round, but either way, it will be the full rifle setup for the most part here from exceL, just that MAC-10 on Jacob, and they're not going to try and just enter through, shut them down, get this round over and done with, and bring those AKs into the next round, so that way they can just, you know, shut down the next round and keep going from there, and ultimately on towards they get that map point. So it's down in towards ramp room. exceL not going to stop, rushing down B. Boaster will cover off the rotation just to try and see if he can take away from that CT side. But Bay from is going to get the opener. Craig gets a follow-up on towards Boaster. And he's still down here. He's going to charge on through. Windansky's going to get taken out of the action. That's an AK out of the hands of the T side. A 3 versus 2 situation. And actually, they've only got a MAC-10 on Jacob here as the second weapon to back up Weber. Bomb going to go down on site. They're still looking for Bayfam. The Molotov should finish him off right here. Low HP. So there's Jacob closing him out. But an AK still in the hands of Craig here for Infused. A minute left to go. And Jacob will actually wrap back up towards the A site as Craig does forward. Zed, last man here, invents close range against Weber. Had a chance, but Weber shut him down. 2K for him. 13-5 to the favour of exceL.
Wow, that was close. This USB is actually doing a lot of damage, but in the end, Team Infused can't finish off the round. Gonna get some more money due to the kill reward those players got. So that's gonna give them some more utility. No defuse kit, so as soon as exceL is gonna find into the bomb site and get a good after plan position, that could get scary for Team Infused. And like I said, they can't give up this round, else this game might be done. But with the damage they dealt to the economy, might be a really good chance to take this one. Smokes light up, so that's gonna be the wall of smokes to get towards secret. So exceL might want to make sure to just get onto the B side and get an early plant already. And that's the thing which really could get scary for Team Infused. Dancy is ready with the AWP. Can he get the initial kill and then fall back and set up his team to actually defend the bomb site? Right now, exceL not going for a move yet. I mean, if the players just wait in secret right now, they might make Infused think maybe they actually aren't in secret. Maybe this was just a fake, because it didn't actually see them getting into secret. Now the push is coming through, and Dancy is going to spot some of them soon.
Does try and take the shot, but the AWP doesn't land. Eventually, he pops his head back up over the stairs, and Boaster will take him down for it. So opening frag to exceL, even though Windansky is on 2 HP. Going to be playing this carefully. MAC-10 from long range. Jacob is going to take out Fry. 3 versus 5. The CTs have crumbled to pieces once again. Jacob should get dealt with by Cray, who does get that trade back, but he's still done his damage, and the CTs aren't looking that much better off for it. Low HP on Zed and Cray. Zed does take a pick back on towards Lazar, defending the B site, turning it to a 3 versus 3, and the bomb has been dropped, so it won't be too much of an issue. Eventually, Bayf will be able to get a trade on towards Weber, but he gets taken out, so it's all Cray now. Last man in towards ramp, 40 HP, and Windansky will shut him down, 2 HP, but can still frag. 14-5, exceL going to take themselves a very solid lead into this second half, and now with Team Infused on the eco, this could be map point here for exceL.
Yeah, the question is Infused even going for the eco? They might just go for the force buy, and they do so. Because right now, they would risk it, letting exceL onto the match point, and they don't even want to do this. 2 UMPs, 2 GZs, and a Scout. If they lose this round, exceL most likely will also win the game out of it. But, I mean, it doesn't mean anything in this case, because Team Infused obviously still have this map buffer. They won Cobblestone. Still gonna make it quite scary for them, nevertheless, so they gotta care.
Oh, Dancing, nice start though with the Scout. 2 shots out. Shutting down 2 before getting traded back by Boaster. 3 versus 4, and now it's 2 SMGs, 2 CZs. This is actually a doable round for Infused. If they can just ensure that exceL don't get the trades to their advantage. Dancy has opened up an opportunity, and this is the Scout player. This is the main AWPer that I expected to see today. 3 players on 4. Man advantage for Infused. As the T's make their way in towards Catwalk into Hell and Heaven. They've got to deal with Zed next. Meanwhile, defensive on towards the B side. Bayfam, what are you doing? Come on, please. Tell me you looked at the mini map. Don't do a Dancy. Not now. Not again. 50 seconds on the clock. CT's holding back. Boaster and Jake are making their way in towards Heaven. Zed's covering this one off, and when they peek, we'll have to be very, very good here. Flashbang in. Here comes Boaster. Spots him out. Sprays him down. Turns it to a 3 versus 3. No CTs left on the site except for Bayfam, who's just out towards the catwalk. Windansky also looking to try peek. Spots him in. Shuts him down. Fry and Bayf last 2 alive as the bomb does get taken and planted onto the A bomb site. Windansky challenging Bayfam, does actually tag him off to push him back, and Fry could get the flank on through if that smoke wasn't right there. Bayfam does get Boaster meanwhile. Turns it back to the 2 versus 2. Bayfam gets another one. 2 kills for him. AK in his hands, looking for the 3rd man and knows exactly where Jacob is. Flashbangs down, trying to keep him at bay. Will tap the bomb. Defuse kit on Bayfam if he can stick this. If Fry can just back him all up. Sprays comes on through. He's trying to get the headshot, and he will be able to find it to save Infused a 6th round on this CT side. 14-6. Still favourite to exceL, but Infused have a way to go on the comeback.
Such an important round to take. Also taking 2 AKs into the next round, and with this also can drop an M4 additionally, or drop an AK over to Zati in this case, so players can rebuy still, get a lot of utility into this round. Might even get an AWP with Cray, but I actually doubt so. Don't think they're gonna go for the glass cannon, and exceL still having enough money to buy up. But Team Infused with this 4th round win, they're preventing exceL to get onto this map point and preventing them to actually really get this onto map 3, at least for now. Let's see how far they can take it. We saw exceL playing such a great CT side earlier, where they just got unstoppable. Let's see if Infused actually can do the same. Let's see if their setup is as strong as well. Great, still didn't buy up. Like I said, I don't think we will go for an AWP, but it still could happen. I'm just waiting for him to actually buy up. Yeah, he won't go for an AWP here. Won't take the risk to dropping that over to Dancy and then having no Kevlar. They just want to... I mean, it could really make the difference. So you just want to buy up the M4 with Kevlar. Have defuse kits on some of the players. exceL, they're gonna have a Galil on Weber. And we have Lazar on the AWP and the rest on AKs. Also a good amount of utility. So both teams definitely have the buy to potentially win the round, but it's way more important for Team Infused if they want to come back into this one. But looking at the maps, it's also really important for exceL to take it, so they can push it to overpass. And Windansky dropping towards Vent early on, and with this might take some important map control.
They are down towards Secret. Zed is spotting out the 1st man when Dansky does fall to 6 HP. Infused have a bit of outside control as well with Dancy pushing out. Can get that information. Fry meanwhile does peek, but Windansky catches him off guard on 6 HP. They've still got to deal with Zed though. He's on the site, he's close range and does shut down Jacob into the 4 versus 4. Bayfam wants to try and look at trade, but peeks in towards 2 players' angles. Windansky shuts him down. Weber gets Zed, and Windansky comes up with 1 more 4K on 6 HP.
Wow.
Even dropping in for the suicide. Typical UKCS at 15-6 to favour of exceL. exceL. It's just, yeah.
Incredible. Wow, the death at the end. Well, in the end, It is actually Nuke itself, the map, killing him. While 4 players on the side of Team Infused can't kill the man with 6 HP. Incredible. And now Team Infused needs to go for such a bad force buy, and that really might seal the deal for this map. That might push it to overpass. AKs and an AWP on exceL, and Team Infused, MP9, UMP, 2 Deagles, and as you said, only 7 grenades left all over the place, 1 defuse kit. It's telling the whole story. Babe can't connect the shot, needs to fall back. And with this exceL still with all players alive and ready to take this round and the map.
I need to find one. Weapon advantage. Above Infused, 3 pistols for the CTs to work with. AWP 4 AKs for exceL to work with, so this should just be wrapped up. This map should be done and we should be going to the 3rd right here. Weber will enter, taking down Fry. CT's trying to lock out an angle, and Cray does get Jacob down, pick up an AK, try to see if he can make it work. He does get the double Windansky both, but they try and back on through. Trades come back with Zed actually getting us backstab with that MP9. 2 on 2 now as the bomb does go down. The CT side still looking for a retake, but again, it's well an advantage to the exceL side. Zed trying to look for that AK, eventually does find it. Bayfam also needs to pick it up. They've got no defuse kit either, so long as exceL can hold off for a few seconds, this one's all away from Infused. Zed gonna make it work quick. AK in his hand, peeks on towards the first, sprays down Boaster, gets traded back by Weber, all on Bayfam. Far out with the AK, trying to see if he can get the shot on shot. Weber sprays on through, defuse tap, but no defuse kit still. Weber just needs to play for time, look for this 1 kill, and he will get it. It will be 16-6 to the favour of exceL.